Welcome to Let's Talk About It. Here we go! Oh! Oh no! Oh my god! No way! Oh! It's Saber Oh, look at these fights! Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Let's Talk About It, where we talk about everything going on in the movie, TV, and video game world. I am your host, Infinity, and I choose the topics I'm interested in, the topics I want to talk to you guys about, topics I go out and research and I think are most interesting to talk about and might interest you as well. And with all of that out of the way, let's move on to our first topic here today. And that one is this. We got a Masters of the Universe movie coming, and we've already gotten some castings out there. You know, we got our He-Man. We got played by Nicholas Galitzine. I think that's how you say his name. Camille Mendes is playing kind of the woman, the female protagonist in the series, and we have Alison Brie playing this witch character. Now, you guys, I'm not a whole into Masters of the Universe. You know, I never really watched it. You know. Most of, like, what I kind of remember is when I watched, like, the first few episodes of that, like, Kevin Smith anime series they did on Netflix. I might go back check that out because I'm kind of interested more into the world of the Master of the Universe. But I definitely knew two characters, and that was He-Man and Skeletor. Now, we already got our He-Man, but a little rumor has come out that we might have our Skeletor, according to the comicbookmovie.com. Morbius actor Jared Leto reportedly offered Skeletor role in Masters of the Universe movie. Now, reading about this, I think a lot of you saying like, "Oh, Jared Leto, come on, he can't be the villain." You know, he was Morbius. He was in that movie. He was in Morbius. He was Joker. You know, he's not a good actor. I'm gonna tell you guys something. I think this is the big name actor they need to draw people in. I'm gonna give you a couple reasons why I think this is a good casting. Number one. This is I believe, the only Oscar-nominated, I think he's an Oscar winner, actor in this film. And I think, second of all, Jared Leto, he's a very talented actor, of course. He is so very, very talented. And when I'm looking back and I'm thinking in my mind, okay, the Skeletor voice, like, hey, like, they're not going to do that, like, cringy Skeletor voice, but if you want someone who's going to be a menacing villain, look to what Jared Leto did in the Blade Runner reboot. I think it was Blade Runner 2049. Yeah, the Ryan Gosling one, and he played the villain. I think Jared Leto is very good at playing the bad guy. I'm really excited for his upcoming project in Tron Ares. But I think this is a really, really great choice for it because you need to get a high-profile name in there. Of course, some of the Riverdale fans might go watch this because Camille Mendes is in here. You got Alison Brie. There's a lot of Alison Brie fans, but she's not super big. And Nicholas Galitzine, he's still kind of new in the scene. Hasn't been in a whole lot of stuff. He's been more of like in the rom-com space, not really in the action movie space. You get a guy like Jared Leto in here, you're going to be drawing names. This movie. Well, for one thing, I'm very excited about this Masters of the Universe movie. Number one reason I'm excited is because you have one of my most underrated directors in Hollywood today in Travis Knight. Travis Knight should be doing way more than he's been doing because you look at what he's done. Kubo and the Two Strings, Bumblebee, very, very great films, and he knows what those films are. He knows how to tell a story. He knows how to make a movie interesting and fun. People still believe that he has made one of the best live-action Transformers movies to this point in Bumblebee. And, I'm excited to see what he does with Masters of the Universe. I want to see what he can do tackling this. I can't wait to see if this is true. Is Jared Leto going to live up? Is this going to be another Joker performance? Or is this going to be Jared Leto, back in his Oscar days, in his performances? Now, I am still a fan of Jared Leto. I think he's still an amazing actor. But I do still have doubts, when it comes to the big franchise work, Jared Leto usually does not hit home for everyone. Even though he was great in that Blade Runner movie, that movie tanked. His other roles, playing the Joker in Suicide Squad, people did not like it. You look at Morbius, people did not like that. I think the real test to see if he can really be a big franchise actor is going to be this Tron Ares movie, which, of course, I'm excited for. But, guys, what do you think? Jared Leto reportedly was offered the role of Skeletor in Masters of the Universe. Leave your comments down below and tell me your thoughts down there. And let's move on to our second topic here. Over the past week, we have gotten a bit of rumors regarding the Lantern series. And that big rumor was that Josh Brolin was offered the role of Green Lantern Hal Jordan. Now, a lot of us feel like, oh, so this is going to be a older, withered Hal Jordan, which, from my opinion on it, was I wasn't the biggest fan of the casting. I personally, when I think of Hal Jordan, I don't go to Josh Brolin. It's not that I don't think Josh Brolin would be a good Hal Jordan. It's just I don't think it's really a role that he would fit into. Him playing a superhero who wears a green tight suit, who has a magic power ring to create anything he thinks of. And I'm not saying that I don't like Green Lantern. Green Lantern I've read the Green Lantern comics when I was a kid. I read the Sinestro Wars, Blackest Night, Brightest Night. Really great comic runs that I really enjoy that mostly star Hal Jordan. Like, Hal Jordan is probably my second favorite Green Lantern. My first one, of course, is Kyle Rayner. I love Kyle Rayner. But, it was really cool that we're like, oh, we're getting the casting down. According now to the Hollywood Reporter, that's not going to be coming true, guys. According to them, Josh Brolin passes on HBO's Green Lantern TV show. Yeah, so I actually expected this, I expected that he would pass on it because, like I said, I feel like this would be a step back for Josh Brolin, He's already done the superhero genre. He played Thanos, He's done the superhero stuff, And I do not think, this is a brand new franchise starting out. I don't know if Josh Brolin wants to be tied down to doing countless projects as this character, I just don't think, he's up to doing that. I think he'd rather, be locked in and do other roles, do, more like, you have him in the Dune movies. That's just a role that fits him perfectly, as playing Gurney, He's more indie roles, his more Oscar caliber roles, I don't think, and also, he hasn't really done a lot of TV. He is a movie actor, not really a TV actor. But, I'm not saying, that it would have been bad if he was cast. I would have supported it either way. I just think, I don't think he really fits the role of Hal Jordan. I get, that he is one of the great actors of our time. But, I would rather see someone maybe in the 40 to 30s range for this character, Someone like in the vein of Chris Pine's age range. I'm not saying I want Chris Pine's Hal Jordan, I don't really have a fan cast for Hal Jordan right now. I do think he's a bit too old to play the role. But also, this show, I've been very excited about. They've been trying to do a Green Lantern show for a number of years now. Back when, there was the Greg Berlanti one, where they're going to have, Guy Gardner, Kyle Rayner, Alan Scott be this, main Green Lantern team. And then, DC Studios hey, we're going to do a Green Lantern show. I think Warner Bros. HBO has been hesitant to do Green Lantern because of the Ryan Reynolds movie. And, I think, that movie came out almost a decade ago. We're in a different time. We have different technology, that I feel like we can make a really, really cool Green Lantern movie because, Green Lantern is, I think, an essential part of the DC universe. He is going to be the cosmic side, to the DC universe, telling us people what's going on, in space, what's going on. There's all these other planets. He's a protector of Precinct Earth. He's got a power ring. He's also teamed up with Jon Stewart, which is, I'm so excited to see Jon Stewart in live action too. He is, I think, my third favorite Green Lantern. It's hard to rank them because all the Green Lanterns are really, really cool. But guys, what do you think? Josh Brolin has now passed on the role of Hal Jordan in the Green Lantern show. What do you guys think? Do you think this is great, or do you think, were you actually looking forward to seeing him in the role? Leave your comments down below. Let's move on to our final topic here today. And that one is this. Spider-Verse is one of my favorite movie franchises right now. Originally when they announced they were going to do a Miles Morales animated film series, I wasn't in. I was not in because I didn't understand, the draw of this character. And then, I started reading the comics of him. I started reading that, or I still have that original Miles Morales comic in the Ultimate Universe, Ultimate Spider-Man, where he became Spider-Man, got his powers. And I'm like, damn, this is a really cool character. It's really cool. But I wasn't totally into the character. I'm like, okay, can they really do a Spider-Man movie where it's not centered around Peter Parker as Spider-Man? Because people know Spider-Man as Peter Parker. Well, they did, and it became immensely successful. the first movie, of course it didn't make a whole lot of money, but it found its fans when it released digitally. That's where I found the movie. I originally did not go see it in the theaters, and I watched it. I believe I rented the movie. I'm like, this is amazing. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. It's how you do multiverse if you ever want to do multiverse. Then we had the second film, which I was there day one, and I believe the second film is still one of my favorite Spider-Man movies to ever be made. I think it's almost a perfect movie. Across the Spider-Verse, I think, broke so many boundaries, in how you can tell superhero stories, and in animation, where it's like, animation is not just for kids, but can be for adults as well. And I feel like that's where we're heading. And I think those movies, that art style inspired a whole bunch of studios to go into this kind of like comic booky, art style to tell their animated movies, which is really, really great. But we got the third one coming, Beyond the Spider-Verse. And there were some reports the other day that this movie had been totally scrapped. A lot of it had been, pushed to the side and had been pushed back to 2027. Well, according to the Variety, one of the directors of the film, Chris Miller, came out and gave a little report on those rumors. This is what he had to say. Spider-Verse producer Chris Miller denies report that Sony scrapped most of the third film. Says the reels are coming along nicely. Now, we always forget when we hear these things, if that's to the earlier stories of Jared Leto, possibly being Skeletor. These are all rumors. None of this is officially reported by these main outlets. If you got to look at the main outlets, Deadline, Hollywood Reporter, and Variety are the big three, in my opinion, you should be looking for movie news. Of course, you guys see me go to comicbookmovie.com a lot. I go there because they have a lot of great rumors for upcoming films. That's where I go read my rumors. Now, those are rumors. They are not true. That's the reason they're called a rumor. And some people think they hear, oh, Jared Leto's going to play Skeletor? Well, that's fact. Guys, Jared Leto is going to be playing Skeletor. No, if you listen to what I said earlier in that he was offered, and it is a rumor. It's being reported by a site that is not a major trade. It is a site that reports on rumors. And everyone was taking it so seriously yesterday that like, oh my gosh, Spider-Verse, it's scrapped. Oh my gosh, it's not going along well. That is from a rumor. That is from someone just probably going to the computer and saying, Spider-Verse, free. Failing. Like that's what they're doing. So guys, I really want you to look at this and not take every rumor seriously. Now, to this point, Spider-Verse is not coming out for a while, in my opinion. So you look at the timeline of these Spider-Verse movies. So let's look that up real quick. So we're gonna look at the Spider-Verse movie timeline right now. When has the release dates come out? Now, the first Spider-Verse movie, Into the Spider-Verse, came out in 2018, respectively. The next film, Across the Spider-Verse, came out in 2023. That is a 5-year gap. So you can expect, if this movie came out in 2023, when can we expect Beyond? Possibly 27 or 28. Because the thing is, people, it takes a lot longer to animate a movie like this than it would do to film an actual movie. Sure, you can film a movie in 4 to 6 months if it's live action and take a year to do the CGI. That's why, we have a Marvel movie come out almost every year because it's easy to do that. I'm not saying it's totally easy, but it's easier than doing a full animated film. For an animated film, guys, the entire movie is rendered on a computer with them doing every scene, every little moment they need to create. And that takes time. And sure, you have reshoots, you have things that are going to change in the script. Everything is up to change when you do a movie. Nothing goes according to plan when you first set out to make a movie. So it takes time. And I saw a lot of people freaking out that, oh my gosh, we're not getting this movie for years. It takes time to do a movie. It is not just something you do in a couple months and it's kabloo, there's our movie. Then we would get a lot of shitty movies, in my opinion. We get a lot of shitty movies. Now, I do feel, also, I think it's really good for Chris Miller to come out and be like, hey, the movie's coming along nicely. We're taking our time. I think it's great that they take their time. I want to go see the best possible movie. Beyond the Spider-Verse, I think, is going to be, in my opinion, $1 billion picture. Because the first one was in like the $300 to $400 million range. The second one almost made $700 million. It is very rare for a movie even to get past $500 million nowadays at the box office. And for an animated film like this, it was amazing. And, I want them to bring their same flair they did to that movie and to the second film and the first film. So I'm happy that the movie is still on. I'm happy that Chris Miller is saying that, okay, the film is moving along nicely. We still got a lot of work to do. We're still doing things. I think it's great. And guys, what do you think? Are you happy that that Chris Miller has come out and said, don't get worried, we're still working on it, everything's going along nicely. You just guys gotta wait some time before the movie comes out? Or do you guys still believe the rumors that this movie isn't going well? Personally, I think this movie is still on the right track. I believe in Chris Miller, and his partner, because they've done 2 great Spider-Verse movies. But guys, what do you think? Leave your comments down below. And that's going to be it for this episode of Let's Talk About It. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, comment on the video, and make sure you go check out all the other content regarding all these topics and other topics on our channel. We have a whole section of Let's Talk About shows that I have on a playlist if you go to the playlist tab. So guys, thanks for watching.